Good evening and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Monday night at Matchfit Entertainment. Monday night, what does Monday night mean? It means that we're at Rainlight Racing for their season 13 LMU series. This is the official Matchfit Entertainment broadcast, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to thank quickly, obviously, everybody on board. Crossy, 43, Mr. Grippy, True to Life Racing Design, Sim Blacks, obviously us, Matchfit Entertainment, for bringing it to you live on the internet, and of course GAMAFLARE for supporting Matchfit in the process. It is, I think I did already mention, it is season 13 here in the 2026 Rainlight Racing LMU series. Round 3, I'm Davo, and by my side, not only J-Man do I have sitting across the desk, but we have Isaac Ichikawa, I think live from, is it New York tonight, Isaac?
Yeah, hey boys, thanks for letting me join the comms box tonight. Yeah, it's live from the Big Apple. I couldn't say no to jump in with the broadcast and watch the racing go down here at Qatar, so it should be a good one. Thanks for having me, and welcome to the viewers, and smash that like button if you do enjoy the stream that Davo and J-Man provide.
Absolutely.
Awesome stuff, yeah, mate. I think without question, there's no invitation needed. I reckon Isaac's got the key to the city right now, and literally is more than welcome anytime, because the team really work well together, and we do appreciate you jumping on board. Lots of good insights too from Isaac tonight. Obviously, a very up-to-date driver here with the machinery, so it gives us a little advantage here tonight, doesn't it, Dave, having Isaac in the booth?
It does.
Around what to look at. Obviously, a lot going on with the hypers out there, as well as the GD3s tonight. 60-minute forecast. Yes. We do have a 20-minute qualifying. What is this qualifying format too, Isaac? You're obviously up to speed with this at the moment. We've got all in, or just the hypers first?
So first off, it's the big boys and the hypers. So they've got 10 minutes to lay down the times, and then as soon as the timer hits 10 minutes left, GT3s can come out. However, if a hypercar driver is still on a lap, so say they cross the line with 5 seconds to go until it's 10 minutes, then they can continue on with that lap.
Yeah, nice. You see what I did there, Dave? I put him to work straight away. Fire him the hard questions, you know. Yeah, he's up for it, though.
I'm glad you guys are on tonight. I'm a little bit under the weather with a bit of a man flu at the moment, so you guys can just take it away. I tell you, I'll just click the cameras tonight. But, yes, once again, like Isaac just mentioned, the usual 10 and 10 for the drivers here. LMU's out first, and then the GT3 cars later. We will get a very short moment after qualifying just to run through the points, so we can update all you legends, all you viewers tuning in on a Monday night. Yeah, let you know where the point's standing. It's only round 3, so there's plenty of racing to come in the season. And look, while we've got you here, these guys I think are still on their out lap. We're going to just quickly flick up this little graphic here. So if you too want to get involved with everything Rainlight Racing and with their LMU series season 13, get your phones out. Hit that QR code up and just get over there and sign up. These guys have got a very solid field of drivers here. Good splattering of hypers out there, and damn near full GT3 field here, boys. I'm sure they had to up the numbers after. I think they capped it out, actually, after the first round, and had to add a couple of extra numbers for the boys. So nice stuff.
Yeah, just while you were talking, I'm sure Isaac was seeing the same visuals as I was. Obviously, we knew that Tiggles was on a pretty hot lap, but could see the magenta lighting up through all three sectors at the time for George Goddard to go a couple of tenths quicker at the end of that one. Comes through on a 46.035 versus the 46.2 that Tiggles run, but that'll be just, I'm pretty much sure, the start of this whole little dance that these hypercars are going to do over the next 5.25 minutes that they have remaining in the session. And Isaac, you were mentioning earlier, talking to Bewley off camera early on, said that the Peugeot looks very, very handy around here.
Yeah, that's right. Definitely looks like the best of the rest. The Peugeot, whether that's to do with its turning or its acceleration, I'm not 100% sure. But it'll be interesting to see if Bewley or any of the other boys, Chris Fraser, Will Dixon, can split the two Peugeot drivers at the top. They don't have too much longer to go, about 4 minutes until they have their qualifying done and dusted.
Yes.
So it's all to still play for.
Yeah, and look, Goddard pressing on with it. Gone magenta again, sector 1, sector 2. Final corner approaching now, so he's looking for an improvement here to drop into the 45 bracket. Here we go. Sorry, 42. Sorry, so that first one, was that the flying lap? Maybe, I think it was. 42, 144.
Yeah.
My numbers, are my numbers correct, guys?
Yeah, that
seems
is
phenomenal.
Yes.
No,
I
think that's, that is correct, because I think based on the practice times, we talked about the guys' times being, and I think Bewley on a 43 one was a full second away from what these cars had been running, these Peugeots. Looking the goods here tonight, and certainly in the 96 car for that fact.
Yeah, that's right. They definitely are looking very strong. Come the race, you know, I'm sure as we've seen round 1, round 2, it's all about how you manage your traffic management skills and getting through the traffic as cleanly, as quickly as possible. So there's still anything to play for the other hypercar drivers. It's definitely not over.
No, definitely not. And look, we saw it, and we've got to give the boys credit. I mean, you know, they're in the quickest cars clearly on the circuit at the moment. But last week, I think it was Barcelona last week there, Isaac, the Hyper boys were extremely patient and very clean. I mean, in these races, they lapped the GT class cars 3 or 4 times or something, I think, throughout the race. So very clean stuff. We saw little to no incident. We probably see more incidents from the Hyper guys just probably leaving the GT cars a little bit too much space and actually, you know, sort of coming up unstuck, unforced, just from themselves, you know, like there's no contact. So tricky stuff. And so I think all of the drivers on track really need to be commended for those performances like we saw last week at Barcelona. So nice work. I'm sure it was Barcelona. It was Barcelona, yes.
Yeah. So Teagles now, Hayden Teague chucks his name in the hat there. Goes at it, 41.3, plays a 41.4. So Goddard, I can see yellows. I can see yellows for Goddard. Sorry, yeah. Isaac, what's that?
Yeah, we're just going to try and pick that up on the replay, guys. Isaac, yes?
Yeah, Tiggle's looking very confident in the Peugeot. That's for sure. Purple medal sector.
Yep.
Just needs to put it all together and see where he stands.
What a commitment on the circuit out of the hypercars. Obviously really using that aerodynamic package to the best effect. We can see them almost twitching at places around the circuit. They're leaning on them that hard. And that'll be interesting when they catch up in certain phases at around that 12 to 14 minute mark, which we know so well that they do catch up on the GT3 cars. So 40.9 now lowers the marker significantly more. So that was a good lap. You mentioned it. He did grab Sector 2 and Sector 3. So 42.7 in Sector 2 and a 31.8 in Sector 3. And to give you a comparison, Bewley's last third sector was a 32.2. And George Goddard's obviously by way of probably recovery mode after that incident, 32.7. So very, very good lap from Teggles. And like you said, the confidence, we talk about it, what it means in the sport. And, you know, they say sometimes when you're out there at the highest end, winning's easy. And I think if you've got that much confidence in the car at the moment, I mean, these boys will go at them in the race, especially George. I think those are the two cars that are pretty happy to sit in that bracket. However, at the moment, just over half a second. Now, as Teg finds the limits now and loops the Peugeot out there in the mid-sector, so obviously banked that great lap and just decided just to push a little harder, guys, and the red disconnected and the rest is history. So good to see him not resting on his laurels and going out there and pressing this thing as hard as possible.
As we just start to see the GT cars rolling out, boys, there. It's a bit of a spectacle in itself, I tell you. A huge field of GT cars here, boys, and kudos to the Rainlight Racing community for generating the amount of interest they do here season after season, and again here for season 13, ladies and gentlemen. Gunther Rowe leads that field of GT cars out of the pit lane tonight. Won last week's race. So well done to Gunther.
Yep. Are you seeing what I'm seeing there, Isaac? Noah Reid with a stop-go already, and this is on an outlap. So what would create that sort of infringement, mate? Would that be crossing the control line too early?
No.
Yeah, normally
speeding in pit lane?
Or speeding.
Yeah,
generally it's speeding in the pit lane.
Okay, so Gunther was clearly the first car out. We had cameras on him, on the boys.
So it's not a control line issue, it's definitely a speed issue.
It's definitely not.
Yep, so he's either probably turned off the pit limiter too early or forgot to turn it on, which is easy to do, you know, when you're in the moment. You're just tunnel vision, you're just focused on getting out on track. And,
the light was green.
You know,
light's green. Just click
green.
the button.
Green means go, right?
True that. But
what are we doing sitting here? Come on, boys.
He immediately rolls to the pit lane. Yes, to address that situation.
So, righto. I mean, it's a bit of a tough one, guys. The odds are pretty in favour of, I guess, whoever here. I think Gunther Rowe, obviously off the back of that performance last week, apologies for obviously J-Man being away that one, but obviously good performance. Can he carry the momentum? We know how good Matty Clark is in qualifying trim. We know how good Noah Reid was at round one, guys. We just, you know, really got, I think, a teaser of how fast he is as well. So look for that name to head towards the front as well. As Gunther Rowe, though, now that the tyres have come up, starting to light the magenta up, but we'll see as they press into the second flying lap for these guys with 7 minutes remaining. If anybody else can take that away, and yeah, I agree. So Lisa commenting in there, well done Hayden, he is looking super racy tonight. So Hayden always comes with plenty of support.
He does, and we love that. Thank you, Lisa, and thank you all of the viewers that tune in on a Monday night and support your boys out here, out on track in their pursuits in this, the 2026 Rainlight Racing LMU Series 13. Boys and girls, this is going to be awesome. Plenty of, look, there's plenty of suspects out here that could really put on, like, really mix things up here. I think Matthew Clark, I think one driver we will get to the points, but just after the disconnect last week, be interesting to see what the points dynamic is at the moment. So, yeah, we will get the point soon enough. But already drama in qualifying in the GT class with said Noah Reid into the pit lane with a pit infringement, like the boys were just mentioning, possibly from maybe a speeding infringement there. But Noah, well, actually, we were talking pre-qualifying, and he wasn't even in the server. We were wondering whether he was even going to turn up. So the drama has already kicked off, hasn't it?
It has.
Yeah, that's right. It definitely has.
Yeah. Did you? Isaac, just to pick up on Matty Clark versus Gunther Rowe, that last flying lap around, you would have seen that Gunther Rowe lit up Sector 1, Sector 2, got Matty by around about half a, well, maybe 5 1,000ths in Sector 1. He got him by a fair bit in Sector 2, but Matt Clark, Sector 3, 0.6 of a second was the difference between them. So whether Gunther made a mistake in the final sector, and it was enough for Matty to just leapfrog him on the times there. You could see it up there. 57.1 plays a 57.4. Matt's gone on with it this next one. Good in the middle sector. 48.6 plays a 49.0 for Gunther Rowe. There are plenty other guys out there as well. Martin Richards, really, really rapid. Sector 1, 30.2 to go fastest through that sector as well. So still plenty of sting in the tail of this one with, wow, just a big portion of GT3s out there at the moment on a lot of personal bests, and obviously the staggered of magenta through there as well, boys. So lots going on.
Yeah, there's definitely lots to play for, that's for sure. And I think what we'll see is we'll just see Matthew Clark and Gunther Rowe just battle it out for the top positions, but not to forget about Costas and P3 or even Pete Dawson.
Yeah.
And even a quick shout out to Martin Richards, who joined us this season. He's just slotted right into that mid pack.
Well, hasn't he? Yes.
You know, so a shout out to him. So well done, Martin.
Yep. I think he might have had a little bit of an unlucky race last week, but look, the pace is there. You're right, Isaac. Martin's slotted in just perfectly here at Rainlight. So, a little bit of maybe getting tangled up or some unforced errors last week, but out there again, unfazed from it in one of the Lamborghinis there. And man, he really does know how to pedal this thing. Quick comment on Sue's comment. You're in the wrong race. Come on, Sue. You should have this stuff on speed dial by now. No excuses. Up your game.
My thoughts exactly. How did you get it wrong so bad?
Go on. Yeah, so and I did see a comment actually on the socials in the Discord there earlier today or maybe yesterday about Aiden Kafurki and Davo probably directed at me for literally butchering Kafurki's name multiple times over the last couple of weeks. So my apologies, Aiden. I'm working on that. So, but nice work. Another one of the new drivers actually, as well, boys. In Kafurki. So nice to see him rocking the Mustang and doing a stellar job. Again, just fitting right into that mid pack nicely.
How's the lap from Gunther Rowe backed up immediately behind him by Pete Dawson? We mentioned Pete Dawson, the performances throughout the season already in season 13 allowed him just to develop a little bit more sponsorship rocking. Obviously the Matchfit still got a little bit of hardcore on there, Sim Blacks, Rainlight Racing now, so he's building the budget as Pete Dawson, and rightly so, because currently sits second in the qualifying, so sharing the front row with Gunther Rowe provisionally as well. I see Ian Henderson with the yellow flags there. Not sure what happened down there for Ian and the McLaren, but maybe got a little bit wrong down there. But Pete Dawson just absolutely lighting the totem up as well. Sector 1, 29.9, first driver in the GT3s to get into the 29 bracket in Sector 1.
Yep. Yeah, top effort.
Yeah.
And look, I think it just... round 3, so after a couple of rounds behind the wheel of the Lexus there, he is definitely up to speed and feeling comfortable in that car. And like you mentioned, J-Man, a few extra sponsors now picking up on that all-white Povpack Tokyo Taxi.
4 tenths away in the middle sector, so this lap just fallen away a little bit for PD. But he'd be happy with that Sector 1, and he's at the right end of the field to go at it. And if that's where his strengths are, it'll bode well for the start of this race.
Oh, it will. It will. As always, ever the gentleman is PD, Pete Dawson. Noah Reid now rounding out, well, he's...
Top 5.
He's top 5. I was just looking at the top 10 here. I can probably turn that up. Here we go. Let's just try and condense that a little bit for myself there. So, yeah, Gunther Rowe leading the way in the GT Series qualifying. PD, Matthew Clark, Costas Makalos, Noah Reid, Martin Richards just snuck past. Was actually while I was trying to complete that sentence, Steve Crossland just pipping Richards there, putting himself in 12th provisionally. Richards, Doug Dale and Sam Carson, 13th, 14th and 15th respectively. And boys, that is qualifying over. Still a couple of on track. Of course, there is. Who is out on track? Oh, maybe they're all in. They are all in. Oh, actually, one more. Morgan Gibbs, actually, just rolling across the line. Well done, Morgan. In the, Morgan Gibbs, and I think I mentioned this last week, actually has the perfect colour theme for the 2026 Rainlight Racing Season 13 LMU Series, because it perfectly matches the artwork. So nice work, bro. It's done well and just jagged that very nicely. We will quickly, boys, we're going to get to the point straight away. We're just going to obviously thank again our sponsors, obviously Crossy 43, True to Life Racing Design, SimBlacks on board again in 2026 with the Rainlight Racing boys. Obviously Matchfit Entertainment, bringing it to you live. Mr. Grippy, I think, on board as well. And obviously if Matchfit's here, then that means GAMAFLARE is in the background steering the wheels. Quickly, points, boys, before these guys get cranking here. Bewley leading the way, Chris Fraser in second, William Dixon, Benjamin Weir, I don't think is here tonight, Mitchell, Goddard, Tags, all up the pointy end, as is Ben Collins, Lee Perkins, and I'm not sure about Michelle. I don't think he's. I think he's only done one. No, he's got 0 points. Okay, well I'll disregard that. Here is the GT3 stuff. As you can see, Noah Reid. We did talk about Noah Reid. We wondered whether he's going to attend tonight, and yes, he has. And albeit with a slight penalty in qualifying, is on the grid. Gunther Rowe, then Isaac Ichikawa, who joins us in the comms box live from New York tonight. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you, Isaac. Pete Dawson running in 4th. So, how does those points stack up, Isaac, when you see PD and yours? Just quietly, I'll ask you first.
I reckon PD's doing well for himself. Obviously being away with work and that, it's a bit hard to get on the track. I'll be there
soon enough
for Bahrain next Monday. So hopefully I can claw a few more points back off PD, but don't tell him that.
Okay, okay. But you can see, I think you boys are equal points there. So Costas Makalos, Matthew Clark, Martin Richards, Steve Crossland, Ken Dugdale, Sam Carson. We do have one more page here. Mr. Roo, Phil Davison, Shane Frodo, Worcester, Kafurki, I think I got it right, Aiden there, Dylan Jordan, Adrian Kramer, Jason Morris, Ian Henderson, and Joseph Marnie, who, again, I don't think is attending tonight. All those boys, stellar job. As you can see there, we are at round 3. We are Qatar tonight, and then to Bahrain next week. We are going to just quickly flash this in front of your eyes before these guys start their formation. This is something definitely worth getting involved with. Look, free entry to win this kit, the Get a Sim giveaway. Thank you, GAMAFLARE. You guys are legends for bringing this all together. You've brought all the right people together, obviously, because you brought GAMAFLARE, Matchfit, SimBlacks, and Mozza together, and you two could win that prize. Get your phone out, scan that quickly, ladies and gentlemen, and get involved with that. But that's enough of that malarkey, because we're about to go racing, ladies and gentlemen. Here, round 3. Got 2026 Rain Light Racing LMU season 13, and here at Qatar, this is gonna be amazing. I tell you, this track is built for this sort of stuff. The hypers all G'd up, boys. Oh, can't wait for this. Watch this start. The sun is already setting. Lights are on, and we've got a green flag.
Yeah, lots of late grid drama too. Lots of hyper drivers in and out of the pits prior to the race commencement as well. So
we have
a bit of tinkering.
We have nearly 4 wide. We do have pretty well 4 wide into 1 there, and no surprise, there is contact immediately.
So straight away, you're going to have GT3s on the scene pretty quickly as well. Hayden Tegg, not where he wants to be right now, behind Gunther Rowe. Well, he's back through already again, but man, it all just kicked off. And Nathan Bewley, the guy that mentioned that the Peugeots were looking good, has got that Alpine up there straight away.
Yeah, Nathan's always a charger. I had a feeling he'd probably get a good jump off the start, and it'll be interesting to see if the other boys can catch him.
So it was a tangle up, I think, with Fraser and Teggles. It won. There was literally 4 wide, ladies and gentlemen. Wow.
No, so that's what it looks like. Hayden Tegg down 4, but for me at the moment, Steve Crossland, the biggest mover in the GT3s, up 6 positions. Oh, no, I tell a lie. It's actually Shane Fodder's up 7, so there's been a big mix-up in the other category as well, the GT3s. So Dawson going backwards, unfortunately down a couple. Matty Clark stayed where he started, effectively, by the look of it. Martin
Yeah, I was
Richards.
just about to comment on that, J-Man, that not sure if it was with the hypercars just spinning out in front of them that a few drivers probably checked up just to be a bit safe, and you know, it's easy then for other drivers to pass on by, but yeah, well done to Crossy and Shane. Great positions gained.
Oh, absolutely. I think it was actually Dixon there. Oh, Chris Fraser it was in the a recovering hypercar there that actually got sort of caught back in that GT field there, and that's what's mixed it up there as he spun again. We just back on the live cameras here. That is Matt Clark PD's definitely got some damage on the side of that car. So that is PD Noah Reid, Martin Richards, and Matt Clark. Look at this lot go. Wow.
And Chris Fraser trying to thread the needle as well and try and get back amongst all of that. And that's it's an easier thing to say than do. But hey, look, I know it's early in the piece, boys, but can we maybe just have a little bit of a delve into this situation? All the hypers running a hard medium combo. Isaac, I'm not sure whether you can shed any light on that. That's a balance thing, maybe a lot more wear on the fronts versus rears.
Yeah, that's right, Jamin. It's a lot more wear on the front left.
Yep.
Especially with the triple right-hander that the guys coming up to now. It's especially the speed that the hypercar drivers are going. It's just going to eat that tire alive. So it's better to just chuck a little bit of a longer life tire on there, and hope it lasts the full 60 minutes.
PD,
yeah, right.
Putting pressure on Richards immediately.
Great little pack here with Martin and PD and Noah Reid, Shane Farado in the background, and even Carson.
Yeah, Carson.
Just, not too far behind.
Yep.
Yeah, Carso's really taken to the LMU platform beautifully. And we can just see here PD really putting pressure on for the side draft on Noah Reid there. Yep.
And Shane actually looking for a way past those two boys. PD definitely holding his own here. Always a gentleman, like we always say. A little bit of contact there. That car is already damaged, so he's already come into contact, I'd say, with one of the spinning hypercars in that lap 1 fiasco. But yeah, just still with pace in the Lexus, and still not making things easy for Reid, which is in turn making it difficult for Farado and Carso to move forward there, boys.
Yeah, absolutely. And further up the front, Nathan Bewley obviously still holding the lead in the hypers. Robbie Mitchell's doing a good job defending over Goddard, who has got a turn of speed on at the moment, and I feel like it's a matter of time, tucked right up underneath the wing at this point. But that Porsche Robbie Mitchell seems really slippery on the front straight. He's everywhere all over him, bar the front straight. So Goddard's car really set up for the corner, the twisty stuff, and we'll see him get really dominant here. Look for a dive somewhere under brakes, excuse the terminology, because I'm sure it won't be a dive. We know Georgie's a very accomplished racer, and it'll be a committed send for sure. However, once again, Monday night racing, split classes here, GT3s and hypers, boys. It's a little bit of where do you look?
Yeah, it does definitely get like that. Would have been a busy task for a Davo last Monday at Barcelona, but yeah, there's always action going out on the track, especially now with the hypercars and the GT3s.
So the drivers out there at the moment, Isaac, will be driving to a number, and maybe some of them potentially in traffic as we look at Sam Carson and Martin Richards there. Very, very close quarter contact at the moment. Well, hopefully no contact, but they are very, very tight out there on track to reverse engineer this one and maybe count the laps, the energy and the fuel backwards and see what is the earliest time that they can run home. We know that the option of running deep and having a shorter stop at the end works particularly well. However, we do know that fresh air works pretty damn well as if you can get in it. We've seen that work to full effect in races gone by. Actually, Ken Dugdale looking racy here too, boys, in the GT3s. He's right up on the back of Sam Carson at the moment. So that little pack that was pretty much Noah Reid, Pete Dawson, Shane Farado, Martin Richards has kind of ended up being Martin Richards, Sam Carson and Ken Dugdale now, and Aidan Kafiki and I think that's Phil Davison. Good to see Phil Davison on the grid too, lads. It's a name that we're familiar with, I'm sure, Davo.
Yeah, he was in last week as well, J-Man, but very, very late to the server. So I don't even think we saw Phil in qualifying, J-Man. So I suspect possibly starting from the back of the pack.
Yeah, so...
As we're just on board with, I think it's, who are we on board with actually? Just quietly. It is Doug Dale. So Doug Dale in behind Carso.
So Sue's just asking, did Gunther have a moment? Well, Gunther Rowe without a moment or two, but yeah, you could argue, we'll see what the numbers run like. Gunther Rowe last lap around was an 8-1. Still 58-1. We look at Costas, he was a 7-2. We look at Matty Clark, he was a 6-8. So Matty Clark's got a heap of pace on at the moment. Looking to try and tag on the back of Costas, a couple of old foes here, and obviously Steve Crossan right in front. So you could argue that Matty Clark's the one on the move at the moment, looking at the numbers.
Definitely. I mean, look, even if Gunther did have a little bit of a slip up there, still with a healthy gap over Crossland, who is soon enough going to have Macrolos and Matt Clark on his case. We did actually talk up Martin Richards in qualifying there. He has gone well back, hasn't he, boys, from his starting positions. He's had a tough race. So that is Aiden, Phil and Ian Henderson all tucked in behind. Henderson
and
running
just talking about sorry, Dave, just talking about if anyone's going to pit early, I do wonder if Matt Clark will pit early. If he's got the pace that he's been showing at the moment, he probably doesn't want to be stuck behind Macrolos or Crossy. So I do wonder if he will be one of those guys to pit early and get some free air. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. If anyone knows what Matt Clark is going to do, it'll be Stu. So we need Stu to comment.
They're on speed dial.
What's Matt's game plan?
She'll know what's going on. Exactly right. Look, the top three in the hypers are extremely close here. Bewley with very little gain over Robbie Mitchell and Hayden Tegg. Actually, the boys, Tegg and Mitchell, going at it now.
And look, I like Crossy's position here at the moment as the boys just round up Morgan Gibbs. Obviously, a little bit of a snaggy start to this one, but for me, it's just looking at his average energy over the last 3 laps, 3.5%, and that's significantly better than the likes of Matty Clark or Gunther Rowe at 3.8 and 3.9%. So, you know, we got to look at the long game here and look, the Simblack's Crossy 43 car is in a good position, and he's got astute company behind him in Costas Macrolos and Matty Clark, but at the moment, look, he's in striking distance on the numbers as they keep growing throughout this race to not be too alarmed at this point of time at 2.1 seconds behind Gunther Rowe, because if he keeps building on the efficiency of this car at this position in the race, won't be any stress. Even if the two behind him did happen to get through, as long as that margin's not crazy out of control, outwards of 7 to 8, 9 seconds, we know this, Isaac, that you know, efficiency at the end of a 60, if he can run this thing long, could be, you know, all of a sudden come back to him where all of a sudden he's coming out, he's got a fast stop by way of efficiency and grabs it all back at the end. So I think Matty Clark, I think at the moment that thing is probably just not efficient enough to maybe run with.
Check the replay. Clark gets past. Macrolos here, J-Man.
He needs to go too, I think.
Pretty much as you were speaking and just sort of unpacking all that. Clark with the move, and we know, you know, like, these are the steps that Clark goes through. It's just like, okay, Macrolos gone. He will have his eyes trained on the back of that McCrossan car, won't he?
Yeah, far out. And sorry to break away from that too, Dave and Isaac, but I just got to quote the numbers last lap round for Bewley, Mitchell, Tegg. That's the top three in the hypers.
Oh, look at
45-0 for Nathan Bewley, but 46.9s apiece for Mitchell and Tegg. Is that was that because of traffic, or is that just legit traffic. Race pace?
It was definitely traffic, J-Man, and Mitchell. And...
Here we go, Tegg down the side of Mitchell.
Here we go. Oh, the side by side, I think that's Carson's car. No, it might not be. Who's the next car down? I think that might be Davison.
It's Aiden Kafaki's in there.
Aiden in the Mustang.
Great
there.
battle from these guys.
So again, we see this discipline, not only from the hyper guys here, but the GT boys. They, they really do got to keep an eye on their mirrors here. And so close from Mitchell and Taggles. Again, remembering Tags did get tangled up very early, lap 1.
Yeah, what a great battle that the two of these boys are putting on track for us to watch. And as we talked about earlier, great discipline from not only the hypercar drivers, but the GT3 drivers too.
It's scary
and look,
to watch.
They've got all the work to do, don't they, boys? I mean, you just saw that
do.
there. Sam Carson was committed to his race line, much like Ken Dugdale right now, down on the right-hand part of the apex there. He's committed, and if the boys want to go through, they've got to do it themselves. And you can see Hayden Tegg just at the last second grabbing every bit of draft that he could from Shane Fotono's Mercedes.
Yep. So very intense stuff to watch, isn't it? Like when you watch these guys navigate this, and just in that last sector, J-Man, we saw Mitchell move away from Taggles. Just because he sort of got the timing right through the traffic. But here we are in the the first sector of the next lap, and Teggs is right behind him again. So he's got the better of him in that that first sector. And here we go, PD's the next victim.
Yeah, Crossy's definitely done himself a mischief there. There's a witness mark on the front right of that Aston Martin, and he's gone significantly further back. He was running P2.
We'll see if we can pick up on a replay of that, actually. Here we go. So this is Matt Clark's actually ranged up behind him here. Clark on the inside. Overlap. Oh, contact. Clark gets a big wriggle, and that is Crossland in the fence.
Oh, mate. Yeah, that's a big one. We'll let the stewards unpack that one post-race. I think we'll leave that one alone, Isaac.
That's not up to us.
Yeah, definitely. I can only imagine Crossy will be saying a few nice words on his stream.
So what have we got going on here? Nathan Bewley. I'm seeing here, Nathan Bewley back to P3. Back to P3. Have we got to pick up there, Davo? Because he was out to 4.1 seconds in the lead.
We have a Bewley incident, and here we go. He's just... Okay, so we're just picking up on the replay here. He just wraps up PD into 1. Nice and neat. No, nothing untoward. Oh, just literally an unforced error from Bewley. Just turns the car around. Mitchell and Tegg's pass. J-Man, what do you say?
Yeah, hey, look, he's gathered it up, though, to carry on P3. I'm just looking at the proximity now back to Will Dixon. Dixon, when he gets a handle on these things, he's a very, very quick operator. Now I'm seeing yellow flags for Matty Clark. Damage on the front right. Looks to be a front right. Well, I almost wanted to say flat. The car doesn't look good for Matty Clark. Lots of drama here, and I think Phil Davison's just had a moment as well.
Sue in the chat, boys, is saying that
has he got a hardware issue? He's got something going on with that car.
Okay, so the witness mark on the front right could have been from the contact from Crossy.
I'd say front right, that would be right. That would stand up.
And then we can see that Matt just civilly pulled the car over. She's a mechanical. So that's a couple of weeks in a row that Lady Luck has not been on Matty Clark's side. We know how fast he is, but however, you need everything to align, and at the moment, everything's aligning for Gunther Rose. He's just looking up the road at Nathan Bewley, going past again. So Costas Makrolos now sees himself second in class behind Gunther Rowe, and Noah Reid quietly achieving there, being quite across the comms from us up here for the 67 car, other than the stop go obtained at qualifying time.
Yeah, pretty much.
He's been pretty quiet, pretty racy at the start with PD and a couple other guys, but however, he's just quietly achieving and got a little bit of luck there with a couple of incidents of guys around him. However, it's lapping beautifully as Goddard's now going to just put another lap on him here. Goes around the outside, and PD not too far away from that battle as well.
It looks like Shane Farado and Carson pretty close, having a close battle there.
Yep. And who have they got in front of them? Ken Dugdale. Speaking of another Ken, how is Wheels going? Okay, so Ken Worcester back there, and it'll be 13th in class, I believe. I think, hang on. No, it won't.
Picasso past Farado, or is he? They are side by side still, as we see the golden Davo and J-Man on the bonnet of Carso's car representing. There you go. So
what's
nice
he saying? It's a golden age or golden era or something?
I don't know.
Be careful what you say.
I'm not even going there.
Oldies?
No, stop it. Just stop it, guys. I know how young you are, so just back off.
Yeah.
Okay, but look, let's just give a quick pat on the back to Gunther Rowe, who has stayed out of all of that drama.
Yep.
Over the opening laps here. What was the overall time for our race tonight here, boys? We got 40 minutes yet to
60
run.
minutes. 60 minute race.
So 20 minutes in here. Gunther just with, I think that might be Fraser sneaking past him there at the moment. Has literally just stayed out of trouble, as has Makrolos. So both of those boys doing well. We know PD got a little bit tangled up in lap 1. But Noah Reid's a bit of a standout, sneaking on through and putting himself third in class. So nice work from him. Let's get back up to the pointy end, like the proper hyper pointy end of this race, boys.
It's still going on up here, lads.
These guys, they were in second and third before. Obviously, Bewley just chose to exit the chat. And these guys, look at them again. Wow. It does not get much closer than that.
Teg has got so much. Hayden has got so much more mid-entry grip and point out of that car. And then Robbie's is definitely slipperier down the chute, and we'll see it here. Even though Hayden's sitting underneath the wing, he can't do anything with it. But get to the midfield, the infield part of the circuit, where it relies heavy on the aero and the braking, and that Peugeot is all about it at the hands of Teggles. He is looking super comfy, like Isaac mentioned at the start of the broadcast, confidence, and he's got bucket loads of it.
Yeah, look, and look, again, and I think we've mentioned it a couple of times, the dominance of the Peugeot here at Qatar is evident, and we can see it here with Teggles. It almost looks like he's just sort of biding his time. He's just going, I don't know, the car just, like I said, J-Man, entry speed is next level on the car in front. So the Porsche just doesn't seem to be able to pull it up and turn it in. The Peugeot, however, plenty of turn in and grip. So nice work. Bewley, how far back? Let's pan that camera back. There he is. In the atom.
Yeah, so he's effectively 9.2 seconds. Oh, it's changing ever so slightly. Maybe closer to 8 seconds off the leader race. But I tell you what he's got on the side is he's got pace. He was a second quicker than the two boys in front of them. And whether that's by way of them sharing the racetrack and not getting the full width of it, because some of the time they are side by side, or it's just legit car pace. I mean, we saw it quality trim as Ted gets out of it, comes into the pit lane. This is the part where I think, Isaac, you and I get to analyse what this looks like in the pit stops, see what sort of time it's going to cost him and what that means when they shake it out. But he has effectively done it at around about 48% way through the 48% through the race. So he done it before halfway.
Yep. Yeah, definitely.
And looking on VE as well, looks like Bewley's got the best VE out of everyone. So he might actually be able to jump. I don't know if he'll be able to jump. He was 9 seconds behind Robbie Mitchell and Teggles, but it will be interesting to keep an eye on what Bewley does.
Yeah, so I can tell you Hayden Teague was stationary for 21.2 seconds, which is a net plus to the lap time of 55 seconds. So working on basically mid 43s to low 44s here. Well, actually, now that we've settled down, it's probably mid 44s to mid 43s at average. So it's about a second between the paces. You see Hayden Teague, just as he's trying to get this thing cycled up, one of the GD3s goes underneath him, and he's a long way off the circuit. So the outlap, not so good.
No, not at all, actually. I wondered whether he was experiencing a little bit of a hardware failure there. And again, the car...
I think he might have changed tyres, because it's known that the hypercars are very, very sketchy on cold tyres.
Yep.
So I do wonder if that's what we're seeing there, boys.
Yeah.
If he's changed to front left.
Nearly clips the back of Noah Reid's Porsche there.
He's struggling for balance and performance, and I can tell you the stop that he's made, he might have looked at that tyre wear on that first run, even though it was just short of halfway, and he's gone for a medium setup now. We talked about the guys running a hard medium configuration. He's gone for a medium situation. So you would have thought those fronts might have come in a little bit earlier, being the softer of the two compounds, Isaac, but doesn't look like the case.
No, and
yeah, it doesn't look like it. Yeah.
No, but look, you would expect once up to temperature that.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to know, like we mentioned, 55 seconds is the loss of the lap time. Okay, so add 55 to the time, and then all this time to cycle them up. What's your thoughts, Isaac, obviously without the race knowledge of being out there? Do you think some of these drivers are going to ask that hard front to do the 60?
Yeah, I definitely do think you could possibly do a full 60.
Yep.
The car will be screaming at you, or the tyre will be screaming at you towards the back end of the race.
Yep.
But I do think it's possible. It'll be interesting to see if Teggles has much of an advantage since he changed the two fronts towards the end of the race compared to someone who, let's just say, hasn't changed any tyres. So that'll only come into play towards the end of the race, but it will be one to keep an eye on to see how he does go.
Yeah, so I'm thinking that he has lost through the poor performance of this tyre already, and you still we've just seen him have another moment there. There's the car just lacking any sort of balance. I was about to say, already since coming out of the pit lane versus his competition and Robbie Mitchell, he's already lost 23 more seconds of race time.
That's on track. So while on track.
That's on track. That is on track. So that is my calculation, and that margin is just growing by the second. So I'm not sure that is it something a little bit more sinister to this, and I don't know whether it's a hardware issue or because all of a sudden the car looks like it's come alive.
He looks runnable, doesn't he? So
no, you look at him now. You look at the speed that he's catching Macrolos now. I just think there was something else going on. He couldn't even get round Macrolos earlier, and he's just dispatching him as we speak. So I think there's something else going on there.
Yeah, look, I just wondered whether it was a hardware issue. I mean, just the car just did not look like it was turning at all. It just looked, it did look more more sinister than just a physical tyre issue. You can see him moving the wheel around. We saw it with Matt Clark too earlier, where he had a shift issue on his wheel. And again, here we go. Look at Teggles really weaving that car around, making sure it's connected. Are we going to see
making sure it's connected, or even just trying to get some heat into those front tires if he has changed the tires? I know these things with the new tire update or the previous newest hypercar tire update, the tires are very, very cold. You can't touch the brake. You can barely put any input into the steering.
Yep.
So I do wonder if it's either one of those things. It'll be interesting to see if we can catch up with him later in the race or during the race, drag him in and see what's going on there.
Oh, don't give him any ideas, Isaac. You know, J-Man will be all over that.
We love mid-race distractions.
Thanks for joining in on the broadcast there, Bobby Louise. Backing your man there in Ken Worcester.
Give us a call, boys, when Hayden's... he's got 2 corners to go and he's going to be on the front straight, and we're actually going to hear from him. It's part of the deal, right? Rainlight Racing Monday night, your live broadcasting team is at the scene.
No.
And look, we'll pay him.
Sure.
We'll pay him the respect that he deserves, and we'll let the guy get.
Oh no, you won't, because he just.
You can't blame that on me because he was already gone. He was already gone.
Oh, you can't blame.
Tiggles, are you just struggling to get those tyres up to any sort of balance at the moment, mate?
Boys, this is not the time to talk to me.
Mate, what's an all situation? We saw a flash of the lights there, mate. Hey, look, hopefully you can get those things functioning, and maybe we'll have a little chat later on, eh? Oh, there you go. Look, I'm not even going to own that. Sorry, Lisa. Yeah, maybe the timing was perfectly imperfect. I'm not sure, but he's not a happy camper. But there you have it. Emotions, everything. Warts and all production, lads.
It's all a good insight into what the drivers feel, like what kind of emotions they may feel during the race, you know, if something doesn't go 100%. So same for the viewers, you know, even though some viewers may just think it's a game and, you know, they're just racing around, but, you know, people put practice into the practice during their days off or whenever they got free time. So sometimes it can be disappointing to get a bad result, but hey, let's just see how it all plans out in the end.
Absolutely, and good point there, Isaac. These guys do put in a shit ton of time and effort to get this done, and as we know, being fellow sim racers ourselves, a whole bunch of money as well to hook ourselves up to make all this thing work as smoothly as possible. And I tell you, when it's not going smoothly, it hurts. It definitely hurts. And the emotions do run high. As we just pick up on, I think that was actually Rudy Mitchell. Yes, it was. Sneaker past PD there, probably for the second time. Well, definitely for the second time.
Yeah, and I can tell you, just checking in with pit lane there, George Goddard, same equipment as Hayden Teague, opted to come in and stay on that tyre, stay stationary for 6 seconds as opposed to the 21.2 for the tyre rotation. Sees himself only lose 39.4 seconds of race time, so that'll bode well. At a reasonable burn, not quite purely energy numbers, that 2.8 average over 5 laps, but around that 3.1. Also good to see support for Ken out there, Ken Worcester. Wheels just come through the lane, 41.4 seconds on the jacks, 73.6. So I'm saying that's a tyre stop there for Wheels. Opted to chuck a little bit more rubber on the number 8 Castrol Lexus.
Yeah, that's right. All the pit stops will be coming through to play, so it'll be interesting to see how the shuffle works. You know, as we've seen time and time again, you save a little bit of VE at the start of the race, and it can actually make a big difference come pit stop time. So do keep an eye on that one as well.
Definitely.
I get a read on Teagles' performance at the moment, and I will apologise to Hayden for dragging him down the heat of the moment. However, you know, we celebrate the successes and we're curious about about the failures. You guys, come on, you guys could have given me a millisecond quicker.
No, we're backing you. We're backing you.
Yeah. I mean, I was waiting for him to come on the front straight, and he lost it there. I mean, come on. But yeah, for me, it'd just be interesting to see. Okay, so he's come through last lap at a 43.4, so he's definitely the fastest hypercar out there right now. However, the damage done early, he's going to rue those moments about trying to get that tyre into that window. And look, lots of learnings. I mean, have we got any Robbie Mitchell fan supporters out there at the moment? Because we probably take bribes right now to send him a message not to change the tyres.
Yeah.
So he's doing a good job, actually, Robbie, at the moment. I've been watching the gap to Burley, and it's been hovering between 5 and 7 seconds. It fluctuates slightly throughout different parts of the racetrack. So strengths and weaknesses. Chris Fraser with a good performance too, boys, sitting there P3 at the moment. And he just lapped in the 43 bracket as well. So in the same bracket at the moment as Hayden Teague, but Hayden Teague certainly got some pace on now. He's got those tyres working.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate, you know, sometimes that's just the way the cookie crumbles. You know, you take a gamble. Do you change tyres? Do you not change tyres?
Yeah.
And, you know, I guess it's good learning. You know, maybe for a 60-minute race, try and keep the same tyres that you ran with at the start in as good condition as possible. And but hey, it's all good learning at the end of the day.
Yeah. So around about 11 seconds difference between Ben Goebel's pit stop time and Ken Worcester's, but funnily enough, Goebel's equal time as far as the overall time off of the track, which is interesting. So that was obviously a snaggy getaway or entry. So it's interesting that there was 11 seconds difference between the stationary times, but
Goebel in one of the official sponsors cars there too. We must mention as well in the Mr. Grippy Ford Mustang there, currently running in. Where is Mr. Goebel there? Ben Goebel in.
Was that second number maybe? Sorry, viewers, if I'm thinking I might have to reach to somebody, but that second number. So is the second number the amount of energy they put on? It could. No, it wouldn't be, because I can see that Jason Morris, his was a 10 second for 43.4. So yeah, that would correlate to the amount of time off of track.
Yep. So Ben Goebel, like we just mentioned, currently running in 17 in the officially sponsored Mr. Grippy car there. So, yep. Okay.
It's done the fastest lap of the race.
Wow.
Yeah, I did see that, but it was, I don't know how many laps ago that was though. Just.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It was literally, and I saw the magenta lighting up on the sectors, and then it came through 42.394, and he's certainly got the bit between the teeth. However, an 89-second disadvantage by way of that's how far away he is. Obviously, we do have Mitchell and, well, pretty much everybody other than, I'll just check on the hyper pit stops, and yeah, George Goddard has made his stop. And then obviously Hayden Teague 7 laps in on his tyres now Goddard's now 5 laps in on his tyres. So, and the difference between those two out on track is around about 20. Hang on, it is 27 seconds. So there's a lot to make there.
I do wonder,
Teagle's on
J-Man,
fire.
if Nathan is possibly trying to do a nose stop.
Yeah.
He's still at 39% VE compared to, well now 38 compared to Robbie Mitchell's 30%. And I'm curious, you are very good at crunching the numbers. I'm curious if at Nathan's current pace and fuel saving or VE saving, if he can make it to the end, or if it will just be a 1 or 2 lap splash. Will be interesting to see how that plays out.
Let's have a look at that. Let's have a look at that. We'll crunch those numbers while you guys digress over the racing, and we'll see what that looks like, because it is a very valid question, Isaac.
Because if you look at George Goddard's VE, although different cars use different percentages of VE, George only has 41% VE and Nathan's at 37.
So Nathan's doing a 3% 5-lap average. It's about to be around 10 laps remaining. So he's good. He's good on fuel, on energy rather. What will he be like on fuel though? They're not fuel sensitive, are they, Isaac, for 60? It's energy.
It's energy, more so energy, yep. So it looks like Nathan's doing the nose stop, so there you go.
He's at this point he's probably got enough. He's got enough to do an extra lap should it go there. 34.2 predicted race duration of laps. He's probably got enough comfortably to do the 34 and probably halfway through the 35th by my calculation. I could be incredibly wrong, but that's just how the numbers stack up at the moment, based on those averages. And to be honest, he's actually wound the wick up a little bit. I think he might be a little bit aware of about what he's got in store here, because we were talking about an average of 2.9% for 3. He's just slipped into the 3% average. The only other car that's running a similar efficiency is actually Will Dixon. And I don't know how long he's been running for that for. Will's probably about 2% short at the moment. However, purely at 34%, he looks good. He looks good.
So Bewley definitely in recovery mode here, isn't he? After that little unforced error earlier on, let the boys pass. Obviously, we've seen the battle that Hayden Teggs had to endure since his pit stop.
I can tell you, boys, we're going to see a massive amount of action shortly from the GD3 boys.
In the pit lane, yeah.
100%. We're going to. I think your hypers, the boys are going to literally, the likes of Mitchell, I think Fraser and co, they're all going to, Dixie, they're all going to run it out pretty long. And we do see Costas Makrolos now. There's your first movers from the front of the field. He was, I think Costas was running P2.
Yes.
About 2 seconds away from Gunther. Now Gunther, we mentioned earlier, had a reasonable average. It's gone up a fair bit of late. He's at 3.8%. Noah Reed's pretty efficient at 3.6. Martin Richards, very, very good, 3.2.
Yeah, and so Gunther ran really good averages last week as well.
Yep.
Well, obviously there was mitigating circumstances. Some of his competition that was close behind him at the beginning of the race actually dropped away, and so he was able to ease off the car, and they ran particularly long. The Hypers ran, a couple of them just ran with no stop at all. They didn't need it. So, vastly different situation here. Obviously tonight, but we are winding down here, ladies and gentlemen. What have we got? A little over 17 minutes yet to run. Like J-Man mentioned, we are going to see a flurry of pit stops here from the GT cars, class cars here any moment.
Matty Clark lays down a heater as well. Fastest lap of the race for the GT3s on a 6.6. Hey, something to consider is an 8.8 second stop for Costas Makrolos. Takes him off the track for 42.2 seconds. Currently off of the lead of this race. For him at the moment, he is sitting 41.6 seconds off the lead of the race. So just think about that for a second. Super efficient in and out lap for Costas. And should Gunther take just a touch more than he needs to, like at this point in time, even if he matches him on the jacks, I don't think it looks good. I think there's an undercut situation viable here. What we do know is Gunther's car is efficient though. He still has 14, what has he got? He's got 14.9%. It had been efficient, not so much lately, because I think he's pushing, may become aware of the competition around him, so just on par, if not a little bit better. So watch for Costas Makrolos. I think there's a move coming here, guys.
There is a move possibly coming. I did say earlier in the stream that the pit stops always seem to be a bit of a shuffle around, especially if someone's saved. It doesn't have to be a huge amount of VE, so yeah, it would be definitely interesting to see if Costas can jump Gunther.
At this point in time, I'm saying that he's doing everything possible that he can. 41.2 is still the margin away from the lead of this race. We know it cost him 42.2 seconds to do an 8.8. So he's on the button of being super, super close. We know that Gunther's probably going to require a little less the deeper he goes into this as well.
PD was very efficient actually last week as well, remembering, boys.
And is again.
And is again tonight. Steve Crossan, particularly frugal with the VE as well. And he's only just dropped into the teens on his percentage there. So PD, as we just pick up on camera there, still carrying the scars from a lap 1 incident there. Noah Reid, the Porsche, just not that efficient. I mean, they really got to wring the necks of these things to keep them up.
On the contrary, Noah Reid is good. He's 3.5% versus 3.8 to Gunther Rowe. So he's actually.
Oh, it's actually Gunther. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong number there. You're right. Yes.
Yeah, Gunther's on 11%. Noah's on 14.9.
Yep, there you go.
And if we look at the margin now, he's taken that second place away, obviously by luxury of Costas making his pit stop. Now he's 3 seconds off of the lead of this race, with around about a 4% difference of requirement if they're hitting the numbers accurately. You know, as far as outgoing energy required for the end of this race, he's effectively 4% better off. Matt Clark actually did quote us the number one day, Isaac, what it is, how many seconds for how many percent, and it means a lot at the back end for sure.
It does.
Yeah, it definitely does. Yep. And it plays a part, as we can see, or as we will see any moment now. It does definitely play a part.
Shane Frodo still has, I think, how far in front is Carso there? He's actually stepped away a little bit, but Shane Frodo, look at the trainer cars behind him there. Matt Clark is in that little group there, so Frodo with Dugdale, Clark, and it says Makrolos. Oh, look at the two Porsches going, Dugdale and Matt Clark there, going to battle. Makrolos is actually considerably further back from that group there, because there is an out of position car. I think it is the Lexus of Gibbs, maybe. I think it is Gibbs. That's just tucked in the middle there. So Morgan finding himself in that battle. Ken Worcester will be hoping to sneak past Gibbs as well, I suspect. Once he ranges up there, all eyes on now, because we're getting right down to the nitty gritty here. With Shane Fonadoe, he has got to go into he's in the pit lane as we speak. I was going to say, just looking at his numbers there, Gunther Rowe might have, maybe one lap? Would he? I don't think he'd try for another, would he?
I think it's a bit risky to try for another. You definitely don't want to run out halfway through.
Because the penalties are massive, aren't they?
How's this though for Bewley and Mitchell though? It is super tight now.
Oh, Bewley's all over it, and here we go, because they're coming up into the back end of the top of the top part of the field of the GT cars there. So that's PD, that's Noah. You can just see there Noah Reid. Gunther Rowe will be the next car. Next cab off the rack there. Where is Rowe? There he is. Now we were just talking about Rowe too, mind you. This car will need to pit. Here we go. Watch the hypers run on past.
And as well, Nathan will know he doesn't need to particularly pass Robbie Mitchell.
Okay, so Bewley stayed past there. They went through the final corner there, and that has left Gunther Rowe out on the track still. Oh, look, just listening to that car. Feels like he's backed off a little bit, but...
Robbie's in trouble here. Robbie's in trouble for the VE.
3% on Mitchell's car.
Yeah, no, he's in trouble. He's 9.8 remaining, and he's still got 5.5 laps to run. It is flicked over by virtue of race pace to 35 laps predicted.
Yeah.
He's in trouble. We know that the numbers at 20% for Nathan Bewley now. He's a shoo-in for this one. He's done all the heavy lifting early as far as just taking his pain, as far as managing that thing. We can see it there, 2.73 lap average, 2.85 lap average. He's comfortably in. Robbie Mitchell, though, he's going to have to stop. And I did a little bit of deep diving in the background here, boys. It takes around 0.4 of a second to get 1%. So you do the math. We're nearly 1% is nearly half a second to get that on. We know that they need around about, call it 3 to 3.2 average for a lap at full trim. So
Mitchell and Fraser, J-Man, both in dire straits there, really, aren't they?
I think he needs to be on the jacks for around about,
Gunther,
call it 10%, 4 seconds.
Gunther Rowe really, again, stretching this thing down. Like, the little signal bar has literally disappeared off my data. Now, it is...
0.8.
It is low, viewers. Here we go. Now, we saw the hypers actually interrupt his... wow. What a masterclass there from Rowe. Really, on his pit timing. It does not get much better than that.
And so what do
now
we
do
have?
have to pay attention to Costas as well, because he has pitted, hasn't he? So it'll be
he was.
One of the, I think first GT car in, wasn't he, J-Man?
Yeah, 8.8 at a 42.2. We talked about this. Gunther Rowe's already at 9 seconds. I tell you what, he's 0.2 of a second slower on the jacks. And I tell you what, it is going to be super tight for Gunther Rowe and Costas Makrolos at pit exit, but he's got a heap of traffic in front of him. Jason Morris and Harry Lawrence are right in the crosshairs. Hopefully this doesn't affect his run. Where's Gunther Rowe? He's out.
He's done. He's out. He's got this. So Makrolos gets past. Who was that? Who was that first?
It's Jason Morris.
It was Morris.
Yeah, and Harry Lawrence is next.
So tough gig there from Makrolos, just getting tangled up in the traffic a little bit. Look, again, I'll say it, master class. Like really, that the EV He stretched it right to the perfect nth degree there. And you can see Makalos in the background. There is the McLaren. The Chevy driving away. Here comes one of the Hypers. Sneaks on past. That is Daggles. The Peugeot.
Yeah, look, Robbie Mitchell's got to go. Where is he?
Oh, there's so much drama.
He's only got this lap.
We got 7 minutes. Just under 7 minutes. Oh! Here comes Bewley.
He doesn't even need to force it. He's just got this by way of energy. Knows that Robbie's got to stop.
He's got the juice, yeah. Scoble. They just sneak past in the Mr. Griffey car. Intense. Great battle.
Noah Reid now and Pete Dawson and Steve Crossan, I think it was, down to the lane. No, not Crossy. Apologies. So Crossy.
Is Noah Reid going to catch or come out in front of Gunther? I do wonder.
It's going to be tight. It is going to be tight.
It would be close.
Yeah, the side by side of Pit exit.
Whoa.
Elvis called.
And Rose gone deep.
This is the first challenge that Gunther Rose had since the start of this race, some 55 minutes ago.
And pretty much for a couple of weeks here now. So good, tight stuff.
So battle on. See what sort of pace. Noah Reid's got at the back end. We saw the performance he put on at round one. And look, Gunther's had this one all his way. Put on a beautiful performance.
Oh, well, we've got 5 minutes plus to go here. That definitely hasn't got it his way now. The Chevy's got some punch at the hands of Rowe. He's done a stellar job. I don't think Reid's got it for him. I really don't think Reid's got the pace.
Sorry, Davo. Chris Fraser, Robbie Mitchell coming out of pit lane. How tight is that going to be? I think Fraser's going to get him here.
He has, and he's done it easily.
Yeah. Did I get that right? Or was Robbie... Yeah, so Robbie tucked in behind him, and he's actually got George Goddard right him. So the Hypers have closed up substantially, apart from Nathan Bewley, who just played full management mode. 32, lap 32 at the moment of a predicted 35.2. So I questioned that. So
now remembering Bewley,
he's still good.
Bewley did turn that car, did a half spin in that car. Look, out of all the Hypers, I think we've only seen two, or maybe, I think there was only 2 or 3 of them that have actually been around. So Bewley, to put that thing back in the top spot with just under 4 minutes to go is a stellar effort.
Gunther breaks the magical 1 second mark now as he gets away a little bit from Noah Reid. Reid having to deal with Will Dixon there through that infield sector there. And Costas Macrolos.
Yes, good.
He is around 5 seconds back from Gunther, which means, 4 seconds back from Noah Reid. So that is the top 3 in the GD3s. Gunther Rowe, Noah Reid, Costas Macrolos. No secret, Nathan Bewley leading this one over Chris Fraser now getting through after the pit stops on Robbie Mitchell. And Robbie Mitchell got an absolute miracle at the moment of George Goddard, who had a ton of pace early on, but obviously caught up
good
really
pickup.
early.
Good pick up there on the chat box there as well from Sue Clark. Boys with PD.
Yep.
Way overfueling that car at the end of the race there. Literally has full fueled the car when he probably only needed a splash.
Yeah, what did that cost him time-wise on the jacks?
A lot. Where has he ended up?
Cost him 41.8 seconds stationary compared to the likes of Sam Carson ahead of him, who was on there for 7.6 seconds. So
and pretty much, what have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4 positions? 5 positions?
Yep.
Maybe?
Yep.
So, yeah. Rookie mistake.
Can confirm I have also done the same thing.
Yeah.
I think it was at Monza I did the same thing.
Easily done. Is that what you're saying? It's easy to do. It's easy to do.
Yes.
Not ideal.
Yes.
So in the GT class, first, second, third, Gunther Rowe, Noah Reid, Costas Makalos respectively there. And provisionally Bewley, Fraser and Mitchell, first, second and third in the high. Bewley's just driven away. He's got past Fraser. He's just like, okay, see ya. Mitchell in third. Still wrapping up some back markers there. Goebel still has Goddard in the Peugeot to deal with, though.
just picking up on Bewley.
Minute and a half to go. Less than a minute and a half to go here.
Bewley at 2.7% average. He has got this thing so well managed. We can see he's effectively halfway through lap 34, saying 35.1 laps. We know he's got a 37.3 second lead over Chris Fraser. If Bewley needs to, he could easily roll out on lap 35, which will be the next lap that he's going to commence, to ensure that that is the final one with 50 seconds running down the clock. I suspect that's probably what he's going to do, rather than get much further through.
Yeah, look, he's not even really attacking the GT cars in front of him at the moment.
It actually doesn't matter. 5%.
No,
he's got 2.7 average. He's good.
It's just he's not urgent in the way he's racing at the moment, even with the GT cars. Like I was saying, he's just biding his time. He's got plenty of space. He's got plenty of time. The boys let him on through there. Who is got the manager? George Goddard, J-Man. Talk about management here. Is he gonna do this?
He's a potential podium for sure. Ooh. He's got the pressure on Robbie Mitchell, and
Robbie's got, what's he got? He's got 5.5 left in the tank with a 3% average, though they're all safe. Looking at my numbers, tell you who's actually
George Goddard.
No,
that's close.
Goddard's not safe.
1.2%.
There he goes. There you go.
He's done.
Yeah. Okay. So just a little light on the numbers there.
Yeah, Martin.
And that's going to give.
Also in the pit lane there too, short on his fuel as well for the last lap. So there you go. How this can shake up right at the end of a race. We've seen a few weeks in a row already now. Round 3 here in the 2026 Rain Light Racing LMU Season 13. Well, the clock has gone 0 and we watch Nathan Bewley around. Man, what an up and down race for Bewley.
Yeah, well managed by Bewley. And just quickly, if you are enjoying the stream, don't forget to give the boys a thumbs up if you have enjoyed.
Absolutely. Well done, Nathan Bewley. Crosses the line 37.5, nearly 38 seconds ahead of the competition. Well managed race, boys. He really put that one to bed by way of efficiency, and he had great race pace at the start. Before that moment, we saw him leading the race. Had that moment, Davo, that you called, and still came back to back himself on the strategy.
Yeah, nicely.
And, I think the hard medium combination obviously worked really well. We saw Hayden Teague put that to the test with less than ideal results initially, but came away with the treats with a 42.394 on the lap time It's going to see himself come home in P4. However, Chris Fraser, Robbie Mitchell rounding up the podium for the Hypers. And then when we duck down, back down to the GD3 class, Gunther Rowe.
Oh, the boys are already in the pit. And
grabs the checkers over Noah Reid, Costas Makrilov, Steve Crossland, Sam Carson, Pete Dorset, Matty Clark, Ken Dugdale, Shane Fodderlow grabs himself a P9, and Martin Richards, you mentioned, Isaac, welcome to Rainlight Racing. Bags another top 10 here tonight in the Lamborghini, so that's great. And still plenty of names after that as well. Phil Davison going all the way down to, I think it was Harry Lawrence, did end up making an appearance there a little later on in the piece there. But yeah, some 13 laps away from the top runners in this race. So it tells you that Harry was out there for the fun of it tonight, and as were we, boys.
Exactly. We're all here for the fun, and what good racing that the boys put on, and wasn't there so much action? So hard to keep up with what was going on.
Yeah, okay. So where do we start? I think it probably would be with Robbie Mitchell and Chris Fraser, Nathan Burley from the Hyper. Should we work our way through the list, lads?
Yep.
Okay, so
Drag him down.
Yeah, so we do have Robbie Mitchell in the hot box here. Comes from P3 of the Hypers tonight. Put on a great performance tonight. Robbie, you got us on comms?
Yeah, guys. Great. I've got to admit, I didn't think I'd ever talk to you guys, so it's great to be here.
Oh, well done.
Welcome
well done.
aboard.
You made it.
Yeah,
Hey,
it was,
look,
go ahead, mate.
no, just looking at the performance out there tonight. Obviously, strategy hard at play from the get-go, Robbie, by way of a hard medium combination on the tyres, and look, we have seen throughout the field, obviously efficiency for Burley came away with the treats tonight, but man, you're in the thick of it there with Teggles as well. Probably one of the better battles we've seen throughout the seasons, mate. Would have had the heart racing for a fair bit.
Yeah, it was a great race actually. I didn't have the pace of at least the top 4 at the start, so I was probably a bit fortunate that a couple of guys had that spin on turn 1. I knew Bewley was saving, but it wasn't going to be a straight that was going to work for me, so I just decided to push and see where we ended up. I messaged Chris. I said about 15 minutes to go, I knew he was going to get me, but I'm pretty happy with the podium.
Yeah, absolutely. And under lights, mate, everything all good. You obviously tuned yourself up for the night racing here during the week and came out all guns swinging. I'm sure it looked as good from the cockpit as it did for the comms boys looking down on it. It's nice to have the lights on for a change.
Yeah, it is a good track for the night racing actually. Qatar, obviously built for the night MotoGP, but I actually built a new PC through the week, so I only really got to start practicing on Sunday really. So I'm pretty happy to come away with the podium.
Yeah, well done, mate. And hey, it wouldn't be Matchfit without giving you the opportunity to shout out to any of your supporters or sponsors, Robbie. So if you've got anyone you want to give a quick shout out, mate, well done on tonight, and floor's yours.
No, thanks, mate. I'm a pay to drive kind of guy. No one sponsors me.
Well, there you go. There's an opportunity, sponsors. If you like what you saw tonight from Robbie Mitchell, get amongst it. Contact Rainlight Racing. I'm sure there's room for a little bit of a pledge somewhere. So, no, that's awesome, Robbie, mate. Thank you very much, and well done on the drive.
Yeah, thanks, guys. I'm going to go have some food and watch your stream. Cheers.
Awesome. Okay, Isaac, who have we got next? It would be Chris Fraser, was it?
Yes.
Okay, so we will grab Chris down, move him down here, and yeah, plenty going on. And I think we do have Chris Fraser in the comms box. You got us, mate?
Oh, howdy. How's it going, boys?
Good, mate. Good.
Long time listener, first time caller. Sorry.
Yeah. Hey, mate, you're in here. You earned this one tonight.
Thanks, boys. I can't help but feel I might have let a potential win slip by, but I'm still happy with the recovery.
Yeah, so talk to us about that energy and how aware you are of obviously what Burley's up to, and then what that looks like for you, sort of heading towards the back half of the race. Are you at that point you're committed and you're sort of running to a number, or hoping for something else?
I knew I wasn't going to fuel save pretty early on, so I just started going as hard as I could all race, basically. I'm impressed that Bewley did fuel save. That's a lot of fuel to save around here. I thought Barcelona was line ball for whether we would save or not, and he seems like he managed to do it here as well.
Yeah, seemed like a pretty high percentage there of usage on the throttle. Obviously, a very, very fast, that obviously MotoGP / sort of Formula One style, very committed corners, a lot of good acceleration zones. So he did incredibly well, but so did you, my friend. It was talk to us a little bit about that hard medium compound and the balance of the car throughout the phase. Was it what you expected?
Yeah, it was really good. I think I did a half race stint in practice a couple of days ago with that compound, and it performed as I'd expect. Gave me good balance. Yeah, it was a bit tough at the start, I think, but everyone did the same thing. I think, other than maybe Teg, was it? I think it was all medium.
Yeah, it was all
it wasn't.
yeah.
It wasn't.
medium.
I don't
What?
think. I don't think he when he started, wasn't he? He was on the hard medium. I'm not sure. Anyway.
Oh, did he change tires? Did he? Okay, right.
Yeah, I just spoke to Tiggles, and he actually wasn't meant to change tires at the pit stop. So there you go.
Okay, no wonder he's. It looked a little bit
Oh,
awkward, didn't
okay.
it?
Yeah, I thought he was up to something really crafty, but turns out it wasn't. And J-Man probably couldn't have grabbed him at the worst possible time. So, but hey, it's about you right now, Chris. And look, solid performance once again. And shout out to you on that tonight. I think it was a fantastic race to watch, and quietly achieving at the start of that one. And I felt like you built into your work there tonight really nicely.
Yeah, thanks guys. It was fun. I definitely was driving with a bit of anger in me for the first half of the race, and then when I realized halfway through that I might actually get a result out of it, I think I cooled down a little bit and came back to me.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well done. Well done. Any sponsors or followers to shout out tonight, Chris, before we let you go?
No, just thanks to the boys for running the league and you guys for commentating. It's awesome. Really appreciate the work you guys put in.
Awesome. There you go, peeps. If you want to get on board, there's some more sponsorship slots available. Get behind Chris Fraser. He's performing beautifully at the moment. Well done, mate. Thank you very much.
True that.
Thanks, guys.
Cheers.
Nice work, Chris.
Cheers, Chris.
Yeah.
All right. So, come with the man, come with the minute that really put on a performance. Where are you? Here you go. I might hand this one to Isaac because these guys know each other very well. So I'll give you this one, Isaac.
Oh, cheers, mate. Here he is, the man, the myth, the legend, the average driver, Nathan Bewley. Talk us through that race and what was the game plan after your spin?
Hey fellas, how's it going? Yeah, I'm a bit surprised to be here, to be honest, especially after the practice and qualifying pace that some of those boys put out. It wasn't, I was thinking, I think I'm going to be at the back here.
Yeah, well, talk to us about your qualifying. Obviously, you didn't quite have the pace of the top 1 and 2 in the Peugeots. So what was your game plan from the start of the race? Were you always going to fuel save?
Yeah, I think it was like that. It was kind of like I knew, like just from the one practice session I did before the official practice. I think it was on like Wednesday or something, and I seen a couple boys and like they were doing like 42 zeros like race pace, and I was only able to do like a 43 zero. So it was like, well, here we go. We're gonna have to try something different. And yeah, qualifying was closer than I expected, like me to the Peugeots, but then I also expected some of the other boys to like get in front of me. So starting third, it was a big plus, and yeah, I don't know, got a really good start, dove it down in the inside of T1, and then that was literally me. It was like, okay, game plan, start saving.
Yeah, interesting. I did see that you put the move up the inside of both George and Hayden there, and then what happened with your spin? Did you just get on the curb, or because it looked very strange?
Yeah, I'm not actually too sure. I like just got on the curve. Like I think it was like the one lap in the whole race that I like tried to push, but it still wasn't like pushed to the extreme where it's like it's gonna like hurt the tires or the fuel and all that. And yeah, I just literally just got up on the curb and it just like spun on itself, and I was just like, well, okay. Not really too sure what happened. And then it was just like head down. Still see that I had a big VE advantage to all the other guys, so it was like, well, I'll just keep on doing what I'm doing. And then yeah, it came to like I think Rob's pit stop, like the lap just even as he was pitting, and he got like caught up in traffic and just passed him. So I guess that was quite nice instead of it just being like, oh, I've only been able to pass for the lead because of someone having to pit and me off strategy doing something different compared to everybody else.
Yep, yep. And how did you find the traffic management through Qatar? Obviously, it's quite a technical, high flowy track, as both you and I both know.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. I mean, it probably helped a bit with me, obviously doing the fuel saving, because I was in like it was like no risk for it. I didn't mind if I had to stick behind somebody, especially for those triple right-handers. Like I was fine just to lose 2 or 3 seconds. It didn't really bother me because it actually helped with my VE usage and all that. And yeah, other than that, yeah, I think it was quite good. Well, I don't think I had any moments where it was kind of like all dicey or anything like either me trying to pass somebody or somebody trying to like get out of the way for me or anything like that. So good job to all the boys that were like driving tonight. It seemed pretty good.
Yeah, well done on another podium in the bag there, Nathan. And do you have any sponsors or any friends or family that you would like to shout out?
Just the usual, just like my mates and all that, my family, and then obviously the same, you boys in the commentary booth. I know you're not all the time there, Isaac, but otherwise you're racing with us. But yeah, the boys do an awesome job with the comms and all that. It makes it like mint, so I can like watch it back over the next couple of days. And then the drivers, because if it was just me, I'd just be hot lapping out here. They're the ones that also make the show. So cheers for everybody for turning up and all that and making the races enjoyable.
Yeah, well,
Awesome.
well done, Nathan, and I'm sure we will speak to you again soon. Enjoy that one.
Thank you.
There you go. That is Nathan Bewley takes the sweets. Now, look, we're going to jump straight to the GT3 race winner here. And, man,
let's do this.
yeah, we've got to do it. We've lost a few punters out there. Obviously, there's a lot to dissect tonight. But I tell you one thing, I reckon by way of maybe a couple of cylinders less than some of the boys out there and super fast race pace, as well as some good management, Gunther Rowe looked completely untroubled for about 50 minutes of that tonight. And all of a sudden, he had Noah Reid on the case at the back end. Was an exciting pit exit. But Gunther, just give us a bit of insight to unpacking that race of yours. Obviously, the cars look fast all night long. Started with that qualifying and then backed it up with a beautiful start to that race.
To be fair, I may have had a couple of brain failures really early on in the last sector on the triple right-handers, which was cost me, I don't know, maybe 7 or 8 seconds in the 3 times I screwed up. So I had a different plan, which was to just go pull to the wall and go, and no fuel saving, just make the gap like I did last week. But then I undid myself. So yeah, I saw Noah coming, and I was just like, nah, he's probably gonna be in front of me, and I don't reckon I could have got past him had he been in front of me out of the pits. But just a smidgen of extra warmth in the tires. They just go deeper than deep into the corner, hold on the outside, and then I just tried. All I did was try and stay safe till the end of the race. That was it.
Yeah, nice. And look, peaking nicely. Obviously, I was away last week, Gunther, and the boys have sort of updated me. Another beautiful performance, and really just starting to get the confidence in the car now. Obviously, a change of manufacturer and back into it, and you look super comfy. Looking to build on this performance, Gunther. Got the confidence in the car and yourself, and everything that it takes to manage VE and tyres around the circuits at the moment.
Yeah, I think so. Like now that I can work out how to drive this car, my issue is I can't drive any other GT3 because how any longer have I gotten? So it's that ingrained in me. But
Yep.
yeah, it's the most unique car to drive. Like it's nothing like any of the other. Not definitely not like the Porsche. Not like I was trying to help one of the boys with the Lexus, and I was struggling to get that around the track. I don't know. Yeah. So I mean, it's definitely a quick car. Like
Yep.
not just me. Like I know it's a quick car. The only thing is keeping it pointed in the right direction is probably the hardest part, consistently. So Being in the front though, that helps. You're not fighting. You're just trying to work on the gap, I suppose, or something like that. But yeah, pretty happy to be here. So
and so the things around the little idiosyncrasies around that car, Gunther, is that more learning what the car needs from you? Like even down to the shift patterns. Like is it a car that likes to be high on the RPM, or has it got a good torque curve and like corner entry? Is it do you have to set that car up differently so it doesn't break away in the rear end, or what were you looking for to make that next step that you've clearly made in that car at the moment?
I mean, I've sort of tried to explain it to some of the other boys. It's like driving an LMP3 that has ABS. That's the kind of style of driving. There's no slip to drive with. Like the Porsche's all about slide, slipping around all the way around the corners, and that's the fast way to go. It doesn't damage tires. If I get any slip, it's trying to murder you. Like we'll just be facing the other direction in a millisecond. So yeah, I think that's probably the easiest way to. It's like an LMP3 with all downforce and then not a bit understeery, the way I've had to set it up to control the rear. So it's kind of stop, turn, go. That's really it. I haven't worked out anything more better way to describe it. But yes, it's a car I've wanted to drive for so long, but it's just not been in well, my skill definitely wasn't able to get it around the track, and you just don't see them anywhere really. And most people do drive them are sort of unhappy after doing it. So I'm kind of happy I found a bit of a happy medium there.
Yeah, nice, and it does bode well. I mean, we picked up very early in the broadcast tonight that Sector 1 and Sector 2, in sort of sprint lap scenario when the car was possibly a little lighter quali and maybe later in the practice, that Sector 1, Sector 2 looked very, very good. I think held those numbers, the magentas there for a fair while, and I think Matty Clark quite good in the back sector. So maybe, if anything, there's, like you mentioned, I think the double rights and stuff, maybe the Arkley's heel tonight for maybe, but the rest of the track was beautiful and it really showed. So, like I said, you look really in touch with the car. I think the performances last week, this week, really starting to come, and obviously round one as well. Hence you're in the position you're in, and mate, the rest of the season so far looks good for you. You look to have that car well balanced, and showed us tonight. You give Gunther the front, and you've got to be a force to be reckoned with. So well done, my friend. If there's anyone you want to give a shout out, now's your chance. I'm sure you've got
definitely
some sponsors.
And you boys.
Yeah.
Honestly, like we just don't get enough opportunity to like get it across how much the broadcasts do actually mean to not just the racers but also everybody else. Like Matt's mum's always watching there and people like this. So, and even if you have a horrible race, you can and you end up in the pits because you died or something, you at least can jump on, and it's like a what do you call it, the prize, the booby prize. But yeah, it's just it's so good what you guys are do, and love the work. Well done, Paps, last week for holding down all by your lonesome.
It's all good, mate.
That's a lot of talking to yourself, isn't it?
It is. Well, that's okay. You guys were putting plenty of entertainment up on screen for us.
Sure. For sure. We're
trying
our hardest. Yeah,
it was a great race.
Yeah.
He's had a lot of practice in front of the mirror over a long period of time, Gunther. Don't worry about him.
Stop it now.
I sent me a couple of those videos actually. They're quite good.
Well done, mate. Well done. All the accolades
awesome.
to you tonight. Beautiful drive,
Absolutely.
Gunther, and appreciate the chat, mate. Well done.
Cheers. Thank you.
From Isaac to Davo, from myself, appreciate the fantastic calls tonight, boys. It's always a pleasure jumping in with the both of you on a Monday night. And Isaac,
for sure.
Yeah, it's awesome. So I'm going to step out, let Davo pay some bills, and I'll talk to you guys in a bit. Thanks, viewers.
Thanks, J-Man. And thanks, Isaac, for joining us live from New York, I believe, tonight.
Yes, that's right. It's definitely, I think it's now early morning. I think I'm ready to go for a walk around Central Park.
Okay. Pick up a bagel or something.
Yeah.
That's okay. And what's the temperature over there like? It's probably similar to
Similar to Brizzy. Very
Similar
similar to
Brizzy.
Brizzy.
Yeah. So not
Yeah.
too cold. Not too cold. Not yet. Brizzy never gets too cold.
Not too cold. Heading into summer.
Okay.
In the Big Apple.
And just quickly, I don't know whether J-Man already asked you. Are you back next week? Are you on in the home country next week for next week's race?
Yes, I will be here on next Monday for
Lovely.
Bahrain.
Yes,
So another
that's it.
sandpit track. So looking forward to that.
Another sandpit track. You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Another sandpit track. And we will look forward to seeing Isaac Ichikawa out on track. Thank you, Isaac, again for joining us all the way from New York tonight. You legend. Always a pleasure.
A pleasure. Thanks, thanks, Davo, and thanks, viewers, for tuning in. And we will catch you next week.
Catch you next week at Bahrain at one of the other sand pits, as it has been colloquially named by Isaac Ichikawa. And look, thank you all, ladies and gentlemen, viewers. Look, a lot of supporters. We get so much support when we do the Rain Light Racing stuff. You guys are all legends. Everybody, obviously, Sue Clark, we got Tracy Worcester, we got Bobby Louise, all our regulars, Warren Baker, Elvis there, and Mr. Average, Isaac himself, just jumping in there. Like everybody that supports us throughout the evening on a Monday night is definitely appreciated. Remember though, hit the like, and if you haven't already, if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button as well. It just helps support, obviously, not only Matchfit Entertainment, but Rain Light Racing in the process. Hey, and look, if you are new to the channel and you did enjoy what you just saw, because there's some awesome racing going on there. That's great fight for the lead. Not only in the hypers but in the GT class there. So look, really cracking race. If you do like what you're watching, get over to Rain Light Racing and sign up, ladies and gentlemen, for the rest of the league. Get over to their Discord. Get your phones out now. As my bird Archie goes off in the background here, he's excited. Get your phones out. Jump on that QR code there and get over to the Rain Light Racing Discord and get amongst it. We're going to thank, obviously, all their sponsors, Mr. Grippy and Crossy 43, True to Life Racing, Sim Blacks, well renowned across the New Zealand sim racing landscape. Obviously, always on board with the Rain Light Racing. Obviously, Matchfit Entertainment, and our backers in GAMAFLARE. Always on board as well, talking about GAMAFLARE and their backing. Look, this is the sort of backing they do, ladies and gentlemen. These guys don't muck around. You too could win this sim. Free to enter. Look, just jump on that. Get your phone out and scan that QR code. Look at that kit there. Mate, why wouldn't you just sign up for that? If you have got better kit than that, then you could literally give that to, one of your friends or family. So awesome stuff. I think we're drawing that in a couple of weeks, but again, get a sim competition free to enter, ladies and gentlemen. All you got to do is scan on the phone, fill out the form. Thank you, GAMAFLARE, huge partners with Matchfit Entertainment, and they've brought all the right people together. Obviously, Mozza and Sim Blacks, Matchfit Entertainment, and GAMAFLARE, bringing all that together for you guys. Mate, you two could be sitting in that rig in the next season 14 LMU series here at Rain Light Racing. So definitely worth getting amongst. What else are we going to promote here? Actually, we're going to promote a couple of things. We're going to promote this one. This is the Matchfit events. If you want to support Matchfit, get over to Matchfit events. Links for our Discord are in the description for the video for this stream tonight. So jump on that. We are running an iRacing event, the Modello 450 GT3 cars for a couple of hours or maybe a little bit more. in a few weeks there. You can see that July 5th, huge prize money actually there, $2,000 prize pool for that, and trophies and merch. Mate, again, why wouldn't you sign up? And we've got to thank our supporters again in GAMAFLARE, Mozza on board with us with all that stuff as well. Supercows NZ, and going live, ladies and gentlemen, on Sky 83 Face TV, SimBlacks. Look, it just doesn't get better. It just doesn't get any better. And if you're into a little bit of iRacing, jump on this as well. I think the last round of this Porsche Cup Series over at Supercars NZ is, when's that? Wednesday night. Anyway, enough of that malarkey, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to thank everybody. Thank you, viewers. Thank you, GAMAFLARE, and all the sponsors, and Isaac and J-Man for joining us all here tonight for our cracking around Equator here. We will see you all next week at another sandpit, Bahrain. Bye for now.